Hello and welcome to the Weekly Geek. My name's Carl Hughes.
And my name's Christopher Bennings. Who's bored of football?
Oh, this guy right here.
Rubbish.
I actually watched a bit of a game the other day.
I watched a bit of the England-Wales one earlier in a music shop. I was bored, man.
Enough. There's too much cool stuff to talk about.
Yes, there is.
There's
Continue.
loads, yes.
So,
okay.
Breaking news. This came into the studio just 2 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Hit us with it, Carl.
So we were talking about Supergirl has cast a new Superman who's going to be showing up in the TV show now that it's moved over to the CW. And they have casted lots of... We talked about it quite a lot last week about
yeah, we did, yeah.
Specifically, I wanted Tom Welling to play it so that Smallville counted.
Yeah.
But no, they've cast somebody called Tyler, I don't know how you pronounce his surname, Hoechlin. So yeah, that's just been announced. He's just been cast, so that's fun. I don't know who he is, really.
Just having some problems over here.
Yeah, okay.
Hang on. There we go.
He's done some stuff. He's done some films. He's in the TV show Teen Wolf.
He was in Grizzly Fear as well.
Grizzly Fear.
It's just some very dodgy-looking B-movie type thing.
Straight from the Sci-Fi Channel, yeah.
Straight from the bargain bin.
He was in Road to Perdition, which is a fantastic film.
I haven't seen that.
Tom Hanks,
got Tom Hanks, hasn't it?
Yeah, and some... really class film. Highly recommend that if you haven't seen that. But yeah, I mean, I'm not... Are you bothered about any kind of casting for this?
No.
Nah, same really. I mean, looking at his pictures, that's more... He looks like...
Yeah, he's got his top off and stuff.
Yeah, he can if he shaves some of that stubble, he's going to look like Superman, young Superman.
Or look like Hobo Superman.
Yeah, I'm happy with either.
Yeah, whatever.
Whatevs.
I'm not going to watch it.
I'm not going to watch it
I might watch an episode with him in, just to see what they do, yeah.
And any crossovers they do with The Flash or anything like that. They're talking about doing a huge 4-part crossover, aren't they, with... Flash, Arrow, Legends of Tomorrow,
yeah,
and some other. Well, and that presumably Supergirl, obviously.
Yeah.
So yeah, all right. He looks the part.
I'm sure he'll do a great job. Let's move on to more interesting news.
Yes, let's.
So Kevin Smith, the famous geek. Director and stuff, famous for Clerks and Clerks 2. He did Clerks 2.
Did, yeah.
Mallrats and all that kind of stuff. And Cop Out. Don't forget Cop Out.
Don't forget Cop Out.
That's awful.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
He wants to direct Daredevil and The Defenders.
Now, if you'd said that to me a month ago, I probably would have said, oh, yeah, but he hasn't been very good lately. But then I saw his directed version of his episode of The Flash.
I haven't seen his episode of The Flash, and I am a massive Kevin Smith fan. I really like him in most aspects, to be fair. But don't fix what ain't broken. The people that are doing it now are doing a brilliant job. Don't change it for the sake of changing it.
Yeah, I like the fact that, again, having seen his episode of The Flash, it was absolutely remarkable. One of the finest sort of 45 minutes of TV I've seen in that genre, without a doubt.
But this isn't that genre.
It's not. It's
adult.
Yeah, I mean, you say Daredevil. That's not a Kevin Smith thing, I don't think.
It's not. No.
He's definitely got his humorous thing that goes all the way through every. The humour element goes through everything he does, really.
Yeah.
And Daredevil doesn't really have that. It's not
not really. No, tiny little specks every now and then, but nothing really.
Nowhere on the level of say Joss Whedon or something like that. No. I'd like to see him. I say that I want to see him do The Defenders, but I just really want to see The Defenders.
Yeah, I think that's more what it is.
Yeah.
Not that I've got anything against Kevin Smith because I really like him.
Absolutely.
But I just think they're doing such a great job right now. I mean, it's won awards and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Why? I don't see why they'd want. Why they'd need to.
No.
You know what I mean?
I mean, maybe do what they did with The Flash and let him, come in, direct
do an episode maybe, of an already established tone and theme.
Absolutely,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then see what he'd do.
I mean, he knows his stuff, obviously. And
of course he does.
I'm surprised he's not asked to do Arrow, because that's his big fandom, isn't it? Arrow.
No, it's Batman.
No, well, he wrote Green Arrow. He's like a huge Arrow.
Wrote Batman.
He did write Batman. Yeah, the widening Gaia.
The widening Johns. It is Batman. That's his big thing. He's got a podcast that's just about Batman.
That's true.
Batman
I
think he likes all aspects.
He's just a big giant nerd.
He is, and we love him for it. You know,
absolutely,
what I mean?
Yeah, really, really do. So are you saying yes or no? Kevin Smith, give it him or let him?
I wouldn't complain.
No,
but I quite like the people that are doing it now. You know what I mean?
Leave it as is.
Yeah,
it's fine as it is.
So moving on to X-Men Apocalypse, which we briefly touched on last week, but now Carl saw it.
Yeah, I've seen it now. Like a couple of weeks late. But
yeah. So tell me, what are your thoughts?
Right, so I know everyone's expecting me to have hated it for many reasons, but I absolutely loved it from the moment it started all the way through to the end. All the way through to the end credit sequence. Every single moment of it was just bloody glorious. I loved it.
Brilliant. Why did you like it?
I'll tell you exactly why I liked it, because I started reading comics properly. I did it as a kid, as a very young kid, and then I started again in about 1989 when Batman was coming out, the Michael Keaton Batman, and I sort of read a lot of 80s X-Men stuff, and going into the 90s, read a lot of 90s X-Men stuff. And then, of course, the 90s cartoon came out, which was a huge, massive deal, and it made Saturday mornings epic. And if you had taken me... I mean, I was, 17 then? 18 maybe, 92. And if you'd have told me then that I would be watching the Apocalypse storyline on the big screen with full budget and it would look realistic... I think I would have just gone, all right, Gov. There's too much in that storyline.
But you were chimney sweeper.
Yeah, all right, Gov.
All right, Gov.
All right, Gov. Pull the other one. But yeah, it was that. It was a compressed version of what I loved. You got the comics, which are these huge, sprawling storylines.
The X-Men storylines have always been massive and convoluted and twisted and winding. They go a lot across huge arcs.
Yeah. And it's, if you miss one, you've missed out loads.
Yeah, you're just totally lost.
So then they got the cartoon and they compressed that down, but it's still this wildly convoluted and really difficult sometimes to follow storyline. And then they've taken the film and they've compressed it even more into this really straightforward sort of narrative. And it's just beautiful. Who would have known that Apocalypse would look that, or could look that cool?
Yeah, I mean, I remember when we were talking about this ages ago, when we were doing the TV stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just like... I think we were poking fun at it at the time, and I think they did make changes and stuff from that, from directly what we said.
Yeah, but only due to us, absolutely.
But back then, we were talking about Olivia Munn and Psylocke, and how amazing she was going to be,
and wasn't she?
And she was. You know what I mean?
My God!
And now we've seen it, and these things have happened, and it's just everything that we expected it to be.
It really is,
and more. I wasn't expecting it to be so. I wasn't expecting to take so much from the cartoon.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And it took so much just visually and storyline based. It was amazing, man. I wasn't expecting to do it.
Technically, they've done a trilogy now. So First Class.
Yeah, that's what they're calling it, aren't they?
Yeah.
First Class.
Days of Future
Past and Past. Ooh, I'm turning to you.
Oh, nice.
Days of Future Past and Apocalypse.
So the first one was set in the 60s, second one set in the 70s, third one set in the 80s. So if they do the 90s as a next film, which I'm sure there's going to be another film based on this one, we could actually see them go, right, we're going to embrace the 90s cartoon. We've clearly embraced it a lot already. Let's embrace it all the way. Let's have them suited up in the 90s cartoon.
Oh, totally.
Kit.
Well, look at the end of X-Men Apocalypse. If you hadn't seen it, this is going to be a little bit spoilerific, maybe, but not too much.
Yeah.
The last scene you see of the actual film, I think it's the last scene.
Yeah.
They're all kind of lined up in front of the jet, and they're wearing the uniform from the cartoons, pretty much bang on. And you see Jubilee very briefly, and she's wearing the exact costume from the cartoons.
It's just beautiful.
Just brings it all back.
It really does. I was humming it to myself all the way through.
Now, do you think, because we were a little bit worried because before we got a chance to see it, there were a lot of bad reviews.
Yeah.
Do you think we really like it because it's that nostalgia rush from the 90s, and the people that wrote the bad reviews were either disregarding the cartoons or were too young to see the cartoons or too old to have cared about them when they wrote the review?
I don't know. I think a lot of the bad reviews were coming straight from critics rather than fans.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean, because a critic's a critic, but they can still notice
things,
callbacks from something that happened 25 years ago. You
True,
know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I wasn't watching it as a film. I wasn't analysing it anyway. I was sucked into it almost immediately.
But you know what? You know when it's with films, I'm sure you're the same, because I know I am. You don't analyse a film. You don't decide, I'm going to analyse this film.
No.
If the film starts to show flaws, then you analyse.
Oh God, yeah. You come out of a bad film with a review already ready to be written down.
The notes have made themselves, you know what I mean, on your bad review.
Yeah.
But you watch a film like that and you can't review it. You just can't. Avengers 1, I couldn't review that.
No.
Avengers 2, I could review that.
Absolutely,
you know what I mean?
That's true.
That got analysed.
Yeah.
So I think that's where it draws the line.
I will say the best part of Days of Future Past as a film was the Quicksilver scene.
Yes.
And the best part of Apocalypse was the Quicksilver scene.
I would agree. It
Absolutely.
was so good.
It's just brilliant, and it didn't sort of deviate from the reason that it worked in Days of Future Past. They just went, let's do exactly the same, change 2 elements,
but bigger.
Yeah, done. Bosh, happy days.
Did you see the little making of that was floating around Facebook?
No, I haven't.
Of that scene.
Oh, okay.
It took them months to film. Was it months or was it weeks? It took them so long to do.
Yeah.
And it was just amazing the way they did it. I couldn't even tell you how they did it, but it was just fantastic to watch.
I'd definitely be up for watching a Quicksilver film, straight film.
Totally, man, totally. I'd watch that.
Do you remember where before Age of Ultron came out and before Apocalypse came out?
Yeah.
Before Days of Future Past came out, and everyone was going, "Oh, they've got Quicksilver in the X-Men. Oh, and Joss Whedon's doing Quicksilver as well.
Yeah.
Oh, Joss Whedon must be laughing so much because he's just going to destroy the X-Men version.
Yeah, and then he just didn't.
And he just really didn't.
But this is the thing. You see Quicksilver in the Avengers, and you think, you know what? If it wasn't for X-Men, this would be cool.
Yeah, probably right.
But X-Men just nailed it so much better than he did.
Absolutely, yeah. Right down to the music choices and everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Just
exactly.
So
because it was in that period of time, you know what I mean? So he gets away with the costume, he gets away with the music, he gets away with that attitude, you know what I mean? So it just does work.
It was fantastic. I'm going to watch it probably 2 or 3 more times because it's so cool.
Oh, totally. I got it on pre-order for Amazon, man. I can't wait for it to come.
Fantastic stuff. Did you get the end credit scene thing?
The Essex Corporation.
Yeah.
Yes. And I can't seem to remember now.
So
they're the ones that make the clone, aren't they, of Wolverine?
Mr. Sinister.
Mr. Sinister, that's it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who now apparently is rumoured to be the big baddie in the new Wolverine film.
Oh right, okay.
So that would be interesting.
So they're linking those.
So they link that. That's okay.
Cool.
That works for me. Oh,
now see, because that poses more questions than it answers, really, though. Because the next Wolverine film is Old Man Logan.
Yeah,
but Apocalypse was the beginning of Weapon X.
Yeah,
you see him as rabid Wolverine, running
which
around.
is very cool.
It is. I'm really happy that he was only in it for a very short amount of time.
Yeah,
that gave the other characters more balanced screen time and allowed their characters to develop more.
Absolutely, I will say that that moment would have been significantly cooler if it hadn't been spoiled by the trailer.
Yes, totally agree. They didn't have to do that because they had everyone convinced that he wasn't going to be in it.
Yeah.
Everyone just thought, oh, it's fine, he's not going to be in it.
Yeah, done.
And they didn't have to do that, and they did.
It would have been a lot cooler if they hadn't shown that in the trailer and he was just in it the way, exactly as it was.
Yeah, totally.
Because as soon as I walked in that room, oh, there's someone in there, I went, oh, it's Wolverine. I knew it was Wolverine.
As soon as they went to that complex, I knew that was what was going to happen.
Yeah.
But it would have been nice if they didn't give it away. You know what I mean? And I could have been sat in the cinema going,
yeah, I think. I mean, I'm not a huge Wolverine fan, but I still would have just nerdgasmed everywhere.
Oh, totally, man. Totally. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. X-Men Apocalypse is definitely a massive thumbs up from us at the Wiki Geek.
Absolutely, yes. I'm trying to think there was something else I wanted to talk about it, but I might come back to it. I think,
okay.
But yeah, absolutely brilliant. Can't wait.
There's more X-Men talk later, so we can bring it back in with that.
Okay, cool.
Do you want to take us away with this next part?
Should we just go straight on to Game of Thrones?
Sure.
Right, okay. So, new episode, obviously.
Yeah. Sorry.
I'd say not much happened.
Quite a lot happened, man, I thought. Yeah. These last 3 episodes now, it's all been building up, really.
It has,
this last episode is just going to be nerdgasm everywhere.
Is this the last episode?
Is the next one the last, or is it the one after?
Oh, don't say that. I don't want it to ever end.
I don't know whether the next one is, or we've got 2 left now. I can't remember.
I think I'm deliberately avoiding all news about how many episodes there are left. I'm just like skimming over them. I just don't want it to stop.
But they are building up, and they're slowly bringing all these characters together.
Yep.
And the story arcs are starting to kind of come into line now. I don't know whether this is bringing them into line for the last episode or bringing them into the line for the next season.
Yeah.
So it might leave everyone on a cliffhanger to be just before they meet and all this kind of stuff. But I think, spoilerific, obviously, if you haven't watched it, just turn off for 3 minutes, you know what I mean? Go and have a wee, put the kettle on. The Hound coming back was fantastic.
The Hound was awesome, and also one of the best lines he's ever done. He's great at one-liners. Always.
Yeah, you're at dying.
You're not very good at dying.
Yes, that was great.
Just beautiful, yeah.
He's basically just stood there, just F off.
Yeah.
That's your last words.
Yeah.
And then he just hits him with the worst word you can think of, but in a really timid way.
Yeah.
You're rubbish at dying.
Yeah. Just brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
I like the T-1000 chasing Aya Star.
Oh, did you like that?
Yeah.
When she's just been stabbed, she's still recovering, and she does parkour across the city.
What's your problem?
I don't like the fact that she... Basically, the episode before that, we discussed it last week, she was acting so out of character, and everyone was sure that there was a reason for that.
Yeah.
There wasn't. It was just really bad writing.
No.
It kind of annoyed me.
No. I knew that was going to happen. I knew all these crackpot theories were just stupid. I knew it was just going to be, she's been stabbed, she's going to get away.
Yeah, but...
Now,
no.
If you think about it, she's just been given milk of poppy, which is heroin.
Yeah.
Pretty much. You know what I mean? Which will numb most things.
True.
And if you're running for your life, you are running for your life. Just if anyone's got a problem with this, just go and read a couple of autobiographies from people that have been in the SAS and look at the phenomenal things that they've done with an arm off, or they've been shot 3 times.
Yeah.
Read the Andy McNabb book. Read CQB, Close Quarter Battle, and just read what that guy's been through, and you'll realise that yes, she got stabbed, but people have done a lot more with worse injuries over longer periods of time.
I'd feel more happy about all that.
She only did a bit of running.
I'd be more... Oh, and falling and rolling downstairs.
Yeah, but she got hurt by, like, loads. She was wet in blood everywhere.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think it might have been improved if we'd known how long she was chilling out for with the actress. I was very surprised that the actress died.
Me too, actually. I was quite surprised.
I quite liked it, but yeah.
Yeah.
Nice to see Bron again.
Saw Bron again, yeah.
Chilling with, what's his name? Pod.
Yeah.
Liked that.
Because I haven't seen Pod for a while. I thought, I was like, did he get killed? Have I got to read go back a couple of episodes?
Yeah, no, he just doesn't say much, does he? He's Embry and do all the talking.
Yeah, I like Bron. Bron. Who is Pod again now?
He is he was Tyrion and that's sort of page, wasn't he? He's just really good in bed.
Yeah, but isn't he some kind of an heir to something? Isn't he the old king's actual real son?
No, that's Gendry. He's last seen on a boat rowing away, wasn't he?
Oh, right. Fair enough.
So he's still around. He's going to show up at some point. Because, of course, this week we've got... I don't know if I can say the word on here, but it's Battle of the...
Battle of the
fatherless
people,
sons.
People born out of wedlock.
Yeah. Which happens to air on Father's Day. Happily.
Hilarious.
So that's obviously the big build-up. That's going to be the big fight between Bolton and Jon Snow.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
Looking forward to that. Trailer looks fantastic.
I don't watch the trailers.
Now, see, I didn't normally. This one came up just as I was finishing the end of the episode.
And you were like, I've got to watch it.
I've got to watch it now. I'm sucked into Game of Thrones world. So
Game of Zones.
Game of Zones. I'm zoned in, man. And sorry, I was going to swear then. My favourite bit then in the whole thing was just Dany casually walking into the room. Middle of a battle.
Daenerys.
Danny.
You call her Danny now.
That's what we whisper.
Dan.
That's what we whisper to each other at night.
You know what makes me really laugh? That the bassist in my band, Cause to Effect, is called Dan Harris.
Okay.
And I always call him Daenerys. Now
Nice.
you're calling her Danny.
Dan.
I'm like,
Nice. But yeah, there's a great big fleet of ships outside, firing fire at.
Yeah, the Masters have come back to reclaim their prize or whatever, their property.
And she just casually walks through like, sup?
You're right.
All right, guys.
I think it's more of a case of it's like when your mum walks into the room and you've done something and like, what the hell is going on here? I'll leave the room for 2 minutes.
I did see a mock-up of someone going, so what's happened here? And Grey Worm saying it was Tyrion's fault. And then the other woman going, yeah, it's Tyrion's fault. And Tyrion going, yeah, it's my fault. Yeah. Oh, damn it.
I seem to have leaks everywhere.
You do, yeah. So I think that's it for...
Yeah, I mean, it is basically a set-up episode, like the last two have been, really.
I haven't mentioned the mountain ripping that dude's head clean off.
God, that was amazing.
That was awesome.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
it was. I watched it, I was like, oh! And my friend was on the other side of the room, like, dozing off, and I did. You got to come watch it. You want to see some gore? Come watch this,
Yeah,
man.
go and check this out. Just to see this dude's head ripped off like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that's it, Game of Thronesy.
Yeah, so moving on.
Yep.
Donald Glover. He was the voice of Miles Morales in the Spider-Man cartoon.
Yes.
And for quite a long time now, people have been kind of petitioning and rallying his side to get him as Miles Morales in a feature for Spider-Man.
And he's been sort of campaigning for it himself.
He has, yes. Which I wouldn't be totally against, to be honest with you. But he has been cast in Spider-Man now, hasn't he?
We just don't know who yet.
Don't know who. It's quite obvious, though, isn't it, really?
Well, they keep denying it. He's not Miles Morales. But, if it's not, that's going to be a bit rubbish, I think.
I think so, yeah. So, but
being this franchise
saying that, in the first Spider-Man, do we want to see Miles Morales?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, not full on maybe, but introduce the character.
Yeah, possibly.
Certainly.
Because it is a bit of a timey-wimey kind of storyline, isn't it, the Miles Morales stuff?
Yeah, it's all alternate worlds and stuff, isn't it? So tricky to get into. But if it, trust the mighty Marvel at this point, I guess.
Exactly. Yeah, put a foot wrong yet.
Yeah, they really haven't. So, yeah, I kind of hope he is. I do. I hope he's Miles Morales, because a lot of people are going to be really disappointed if he's not.
For me, I don't really care whether he is Miles Morales, but I do care whether Miles Morales is in it.
Absolutely,
which I would like to see. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly right. I think you've hit the nail on the head there, quite frankly.
Yeah, definitely.
So, not much more we need to say about that.
No, not particularly.
We've talked about this. The next round of films, Phase 4, technically, for Marvel.
Oh, dear. All right, so I'm gonna reel these off super quick now. Now, we don't know whether this is real or whether this is some guy with Photoshop at home.
We're presuming that it's just Photoshop at home.
Yeah, because some of it just doesn't quite ring true with what we think, and so there's a few mistakes in there that they've made that I don't think Marvel will do. So, this is in 2020. They are expecting Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Spider-Man Coming of Age, Doctor Strange 2 in 2000. And in 2021, Black Widow, Inhumans, Black Panther 2, Ant-Man, is that 2 or 3? Ant-Man 3.
3, yeah.
In 2022, The Winter Soldier, The New Avengers, Nova, Captain Marvel 2. In 2023, Spider-Woman, Inhumans 2, Spider-Man Greatness Awaits, and Doctor Strange 3. Now, the couple of things we've seen with this that we don't think ring true are they have titles. The Spider-Man films have titles.
Yeah.
Why would they have titles? They wouldn't.
No.
Most of these films that it gets released the same year as the film is going to be coming out.
Yeah, it's one of those
they
last
haven't
things,
decided yet.
Yeah.
These films haven't been written yet. So if you've put a title to it, it means it has a storyline. If it has a storyline,
why aren't you just making it right now?
Yeah, it's making it now. Why are we waiting 20 years for this?
Yeah, right.
I mean, it's silly. I don't think Inhumans is going to happen.
I don't either.
I don't think Spider-Woman should happen.
I don't think it's going to happen by well, it might happen by 2023. I suppose that's a long way away, isn't it?
The third Spider-Man film that Marvel do will not be a Spider-Woman film.
No, you're probably
it just
right.
Won't be. They haven't waited all this time to do a spin-off.
Although
third one in, you know what I mean?
Again, I'm not saying that I believe any of these films in any way. But if you look at it, if you say Spider-Man 2 is out in 2020, they could easily introduce Jessica, Spider-Woman, in that, and then have her in a spin-off 2 years later. That's doable, isn't it?
Possibly. Another thing that's giving it away, really, is these things that have popped up, because it's basically it's a big poster with all the logos and stuff like that. They are not proper logos. They come from the comic books, I can see, but logos are designed. People are paid thousands, if not millions of pounds to design these logos, so they are recognisable at a glance, from a distance, up close, any way, shape or form. They will work. I'm looking at it on my phone and I can't read most of it. I have to zoom in. These are not real.
Well,
you know what I mean? They are not real.
Nice to see Black Widow on there as a list.
Yeah.
But
another one that's giving it away is they have the date that they're coming out.
Oh yeah.
They haven't planned 20 years in advance what date these things are coming out.
They might have them penciled in.
I keep saying 20. It's like 10.
Yeah, right. But yeah, no, I don't believe any of that. I think it's.
So we're calling BS on this one, guys.
Absolutely, yeah.
Just wait to see what Marvel do. You know what I mean? Just leave it to them. They'll nail it.
Of course they will.
They usually do.
So let's talk about. Let's talk Walking Dead.
Yeah, Walking Dead. Bit of Walking Dead news.
We haven't talked about that for ages.
No, we haven't. But a friend brought this to my attention because he's a big Walking Dead fan and he follows the Reddit.
Oh, right, yeah.
Basically, the Reddit's quite interesting because it means you can watch it in any order, and there's a different subreddit for every episode.
Yeah.
People talk. And upon one of these said subreddits, there are massive heated debates still raging on about who dies at the end of the last season.
Yeah.
Basically, they've been coming up with these wild scenarios at why and who's died, and AMC have all of a sudden cropped up and issued a cease and desist and said, stop talking about it.
Yeah, you're giving too much away, basically.
Yes, basically. So somewhere amongst all of that mess, someone's hit the nail on the head.
And they think they know what it is as well, the people that aren't in that group and are free to comment on it.
Yeah.
I guess we can just say it, because it's a spoiler, I guess, for the next season. So if you don't want to know who Negan gave Lucille to, basically, what everybody is saying, that it's not in any kind of spoiler at all, it's just Glenn.
Yeah.
And that's what they're all saying.
Because Glenn is the one that died in the comics.
Yeah.
It makes sense because Glenn had that near miss in that last season where everyone thought he was dead and then he didn't.
Yeah.
So it's kind of he was living on borrowed time. It makes sense for them to do that because I was a little bit annoyed when they didn't kill Glenn at that point.
Yeah.
That they kind of wussed out and gave him a little Deus Ex thing to get out of there. That really annoyed me.
Yeah.
So killing him would then, heal all of those wounds.
Yeah. So it's a weird thing. It's still a really weird thing that they did a cliffhanger for that. It's still winding everybody up, and it's still winding me up. I don't see the point of it, and it's going to get ruined. It's already, people are ruining it every day. So
definitely.
I did find this out as well. Apparently, Henry Rollins auditioned for the role of Negan.
Oh, yeah, that was an interesting bit of news.
Because Robert Kirkman, the writer for Walking Dead, he said he based Negan on Henry Rollins.
No way!
So I thought, it was nice that he auditioned for it. I'm a little bit gutted that he didn't get it.
I do like him, but I prefer the actor that got it.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
I do prefer. I think he's got more acting chops.
Yeah,
Henry Rollins is good, but
he's not a major actor by any means.
Not really. No, he makes his fortunes doing other stuff, doesn't he? Really?
Yeah, and I do like Henry Rollins.
More of a presenter than an actor.
I think so. I mean, more a singer more than anything. I guess.
Yeah.
Really. But I would have liked to have seen that, and I'd like to see him dressed up as the part just once, because I think that'd be really cool.
Definitely. Yeah.
So yeah.
So next up, DC with their Rebirth campaign.
Yeah,
they've been making some interesting comics that I found. Does anyone remember Wacky Races?
Mm-hmm.
Did you used to watch Wacky Races?
I'm afraid I did. Yeah,
I loved it, man. I thought it was amazing. I used to get really excited when it was on. I was very young. Basically, DC have made a very grown-up version of this, an adult version, and they've got the guy, Mark Sexton, who did the vehicle design from Mad Max Fury Road, the most recent Mad Max film, where all the cars looked amazing.
Really
He's designed all the cars for it. We've got Leonardo Manco, who's the artist of Hellblazer, and some big names for some dark comics coming up, you know what I mean?
Really.
And Ken Pontac, if that's the name, from Happy Tree Friends, which was that deeply disturbing cartoon from the early 2000s. Do you remember that?
I do not.
It was basically like Happy Tree Friends was a load of homicidal, murderous, like little fun critters and creatures, like little teddy bears and bunny rabbits murdering each other and pouring acid over each other and stuff like that.
And that's Wacky Races now.
Yes.
I am so up for this.
You should just do a quick Google search and have a look at the front cover. It looks amazing.
Okay.
Another thing that you should Google and have a look for the cover is Scooby-Doo, a new darker Scooby-Doo called Scooby-Doo Apocalypse.
See now, I've been saying for years that should be a thing. They should definitely update. I mean, I'd watch a film of that.
Yeah, totally.
Absolutely. Someone did a cosplay dress up a few years ago, and they was doing like hipster Fred. And like everyone's got chainsaws and stuff like that, and shotguns. Yeah.
Well, it basically Scooby-Doo's got a monocle and stuff, and he may as well have a cane and top hat.
Nice.
Shaggy's got the hipster look. He's got the moustache and the curl and stuff, and he may as well be vaping all over the place. Yeah, it does look pretty good, man. It's very stylised, very cool looking.
I'm definitely up for both of those. That both sound fantastic. I'm in all the way, so I'm going to get them. Anything else there, or should we just move on?
Nah, you move on, man.
Beverly Hills Cop. You a fan of that? Did you? Were you not? I mean, because that was a huge.
No, I liked it, but
it was a huge thing for me in the 80s.
Yeah, it's a good thing, though.
I don't know if they need another one.
The first one, I can't remember the second one being very good.
The first one was outstanding.
First one was brilliant.
Yeah, second one
was theme tune from it as well.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
The second and third,
bit naff,
bit whiffy,
absolutely.
As sequels tended to be back then. Really,
certainly, yeah. There's a new one on the way. Apparently, this has been toyed with for years, though. I remember, like 4 years ago, they were going, "Oh, we're going to make a TV show," and I was like, "Why?" and that failed miserably.
Yeah,
it was going to be about Axel Foley's son.
All right.
Yeah. Who cares? But yeah, Eddie Murphy is going to be back in this. Bothered in any way?
I wonder if it's going to be child friendly.
Who cares?
It's going to be Eddie Murphy doing another kids' film.
Yeah, I hope. It'd be nice to see him get back to some kind of... Because he was
I'd like
good.
to see him do some good comedy. He's a great stand-up. I'd like to see some of that showing through again.
Yeah, I mean, that's why Beverly Hills...
just being glorified black man for Disney, you know what I mean? That'd be nice.
He was hilarious in the first Beverly Hills Cop.
He was, yeah.
Just a brilliant film. That's why it was so good, because it was funny.
But it just seemed to be totally toned down.
Yeah, so, believe it when as well. Care about it when I see it. If it looks good, it looks good. But so far, I'm not invested in that at all.
Yeah.
Get out. The Predator, though. You're not excited about this at all, are you?
The thing that's annoying me, right, is they had Predator, Predator 2, and then they had Predator, and now they've got the Predators, and the Predator.
Yeah.
Then it'll be a Predator, and it'll be, look, it's Predator.
Look who's predatoring.
Yeah. Just put a free on the end of it and shut up. You know what I mean? I'm getting really annoyed with it now.
It's because they haven't quite made it work. I don't think.
No, they haven't been able to make it work since the first and second one.
I do love Predators. I've seen that film 4, 5, maybe 6 times now.
I can't say I've seen it that many times. I've seen it a couple of times. Really, it's pretty good, man.
It's one of those ones. If it's on the telly, it really does. I really rate it.
Doesn't seem to have had a big impact, though.
Not really, no, and I don't know why, because there's not. It's a bit of it's lots of stereotypes in it, and it's a bit cliched here and there. But overall, I think it's a really fantastic film with really good twists.
I think as good a job as he did, but I think if you were to replace the lead in that film,
Adrian Brody, yeah,
I think if you were to put somebody else there, because he's got those sad, kicked puppy eyes.
He has, yeah.
And he's great in other stuff. He's great in The Pianist. Fantastic World War II
Everyone was
film.
a bit surprised when he got cast.
Yeah. But he's just got those sad eyes, and I just think if you put somebody else there.
See, again, I liked him in it.
Oh, no, me too. I liked it, but I just think if they did replace him, it would have been a different. You know, if we would have put one of the big action hero names,
probably right. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Because Arnie made Predator, didn't he?
Exactly. You know what I mean? And you needed that big 80s name to carry the film with it, and all the one-liners and everything worked. And as much as a good job he did, it was a very gritty, kind of film. You know what I mean?
So, are you looking forward to The Predator?
I'll watch it.
I'll certainly watch it. I mean, the reason we're talking about it is going to start filming very soon.
Has it got Arnie in it? I had Arnie in it.
I think he'll probably do a cameo.
Okay.
I don't think he'll be in it. Well, you never know with Arnie these days. Who knows what he's up to?
Yeah. CGI's a hell of a drug.
Yeah, isn't it? After watching Apocalypse, isn't it, though?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Just mainline Apocalypse directly into my brain. It's fine. I know neither of us care about Gotham as a TV show whatsoever.
Not anymore, no.
No, but apparently they're casting Vicky Vale in it.
I don't know who that is.
She was played by Kim Basinger in the 1989 Batman film.
Oh, right.
She was the love interesty stuff who screamed a lot, and I can already feel myself. But exactly. So a TV show we don't care about stars someone we don't care about.
If that's the big news they've got to hype season 3, imagine how crap season 3. No one's going to be interested until they go season 4, guys. We got Batman in it.
Suddenly,
all of a sudden, I'm interested.
Yeah, they have also for Gotham. They've recast the girl that plays Poison Ivy in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet, man.
Yeah. Moving on.
Sweet, cool story, Brown. Needs more dragons. Cool story, Brown. Needs more Batman.
Yeah, absolutely. God, that's Gotham summed up 100%, quite frankly.
Yep.
So, Civil War, Captain America: Civil War. That's obviously now global. That's gone all over the place, and as much as we liked it, Russians weren't big fans of something.
What?
They didn't like the voice actor for Spider-Man.
Was it just Tom Holland, wasn't it?
No, it was for us.
I'm guessing they have a different one, don't they? Of course,
yeah, Vladimir Kanukin. He voiced a character for the Russian version film, and everybody hates it. Absolutely hates it. Sounds rubbish.
All right. right.
Which I thought, that's really cool. I want to watch a bit now. I'm rushing to see how he sounds.
Yeah, I kind of want. I'm quite interested to see what that does.
For them to say it's that crap, we want it changed.
Yeah.
That's a massive thing.
Surely that's quite a quick deal for them to change that. Oh, then again, now they've got to start reprinting different DVDs and stuff
and
like
everything.
that.
Yeah, man, amazing. I love that. I really do. Apparently, their biggest problem is that he sounds too young, and it didn't work with the character that they seen, obviously, without the mask on and stuff.
Yeah.
But I like that, and I want to watch it. I want to watch it immediately. So I liked that. That did make me chuckle.
You very rarely hear about this stuff.
No, I know.
It doesn't really come up.
No, that's true.
Very often.
But, I mean, I know they obviously do a very good job of it. I know, living in Spain, they've got dedicated voice actors for every actor, and they're as famous over there as the main actors.
I do know a lot of people. Especially in Italy. Well, I say especially in Italy just because the people I know were from Italy.
Yeah.
They prefer to just watch films in English and have the subtitles on.
Yeah.
Because they feel you've paid so much money. Well, the studios have paid so much money to have these actors in it, and then you're losing half the performance.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they prefer to just watch the subtitles, and they feel like they're getting a more complete kind of performance.
I'm the same when I watch a foreign film. I'd rather have subtitles.
Oh, definitely. I prefer subs over dubs any day.
Yeah,
subs over dubs.
Subs over dubs. Nice. So you want to do some gamey stuff?
Yeah, I just thought this would be good to do. I mean, if you're a parent and you got kids and you're thinking, what do I get in for Christmas? What do I get in for birthdays? And all kids are into gaming. Mm-hmm. And E3's just happened, it's the big kind of expo for games. It happens every year. All the developers come out and show off all their new toys and try to beat each other with sticks and all this kind of stuff.
I will point out here that my knowledge of this stuff is very, very limited.
Okay, well, this is why I'm aiming this at you to get you interested. Okay. In my mind, if I can get you interested, this will get parents interested as well.
Okay.
So the first one, Insomniac, which is a developing company, a games developer. Sorry, they make games for kids. They did lots of stuff. I can't remember now. Ratchet and Clank and Spyro. You remember Spyro?
I do.
Yeah, you remember Spyro?
I do, yeah.
They're making a new Spider-Man game.
Now, seeing this on the list.
Yeah.
I thought, okay, I'll have a look.
Did you watch the trailer?
I did watch the trailer. And doesn't it look good?
It does look good, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah, it looks fantastic, man. It's quite brutal for that developer. I mean, they made a series of games called Resistance, which was quite dark. It's basically, that was set in World War II, and then aliens come and destroy the planet and all this kind of stuff.
Nice.
So that was quite dark. But so they have shown that they can do dark, they can do violence, they can do good combat engines.
Yeah.
So seeing that in Spider-Man could be quite interesting.
I agree, yeah. I mean, again, I'm not a gaming person at all. I love the fact that it seems to be shown in the middle of the day. That was quite a nice touch, which I hadn't really expected.
Yeah.
The graphics look just so good.
So there is a running thing with Spider-Man games. Is it doesn't matter how bad the film is. Usually, game tie-ins for films are always really bad. They're just there to sell merch to kids. That's all they're there for.
Yeah, absolutely.
They've just got a random game engine, slap the name on it, slap the skins on, sell it off.
Yeah.
But Spider-Man games have always been good. Always. Since the very first one, they're always good.
Yeah.
So hopefully this one won't fail now.
It looks good enough to succeed, and everybody seems very excited about it.
Oh, definitely. Next up is Batman, which is a Telltale series. If you don't know what a Telltale series is, it's basically less of a game and more of a story.
Yeah.
And you're involved in the plot. So basically you can play this on your phone, you can play this on your Xbox or anything like that. It comes out in episodes, so you'll play a new episode every week, every month. And basically it's just looking quite fun for it to be Batman, you know what I mean? Being a detective drama, you will play Batman and you will do some of his stuff and his missions and all that kind of thing.
That's cool. I'm vaguely interested in that, but I did try the Telltale Walking Dead game and it wasn't for me.
Okay.
It was very good, but I just don't have the time to do that. I'd rather just watch it than be involved in it.
I think the big news about it is the fact that it's on your mobile.
Yeah, that's pretty epic,
and you know, you can do it anywhere. Yeah. And that opens up a whole new audience for it.
I will say there was another Batman-related game that's been sort of previewed as well. That's the virtual reality Batman.
Oh, yeah, because VR is starting to take storm now within the gaming industry. It's, I mean, we've had Oculus Rift for a while now, but now Sony with PlayStation have brought out their own VR set.
Yeah.
For, get this, guys, a whopping £400 at the minute.
Ouch.
More expensive than the actual machine you play it with.
Ouch.
It's quite expensive, nice, pretty toy. In my opinion, I think it's going to be a bit of a fad, and very few games will actually utilise it properly.
I very, very, very much think that you are wrong. I think this is going to be a game changer for the species completely.
Now, don't get me wrong, we've been waiting for VR for a very long time.
Yeah.
But it's going to be quickly followed by augmented reality, which is going to blow it away.
Let's hope so,
And all of the money that's being poured into VR right now will soon disappear and start being poured into augmented reality, which means this will suffer.
What's the difference? Explain the difference.
Okay, virtual reality, you put on basically a television on your eyes, and you then see a whole new world in front of you, and you are in that world. Augmented reality changes your own reality and augments it. So if you're in your house, you'd put on these augmentation goggles, whatever.
Nice.
And it would put holograms in your house.
Yeah.
So one of the things it could be would be a television program that could work anywhere. So you'd put it on and the television show is in your house.
Yeah.
You could play a zombie survival game that would be in your house, where the zombies and the AI would recognise your own rooms, your own hallways, and
recognises doors and things like that. Yeah.
And Microsoft do have a working prototype at the minute, but it is a backpack right now. It's quite large, but it looks just Google it. Just Microsoft augmented reality. It looks so brilliant, and it's just going to blow VR away because VR's been around for a while. If it was going to happen, it would have already happened.
I think it's coming. I think this is a very big. I think this is a big decision and a really good idea to introduce it to people via a Batman game.
Totally,
because Batman, as a game, is really, really popular with the Arkham sort of series.
Yeah.
They're huge, and obviously Batman's riding high at the moment. The superhero buzz is still going, and Batman is one of the most popular ones. So you get to put on the cowl and slide down the pole and go into the Batcave, and then go and solve crimes as Batman.
Yeah, which don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it's not going to be good.
Yeah,
VR is going to be fantastic.
I think so.
One application I do want to talk about now. Actually, there's a new game, a new Resident Evil, which is Resident Evil 7.
Oh, okay.
I think it's a
7.
Yeah,
Jesus.
It's near the 20th anniversary.
Is it?
Yeah, I believe so. 20th anniversary of Resident Evil. And it's actually kind of the last few games have not been good. They've not been up to scratch. It's been very much based on combat. It's been very racist. They've been accused of racism quite a few times. You'll kind of start your opening mission will be in some village somewhere and you'll be killing natives and you're
nice.
Okay, this is feeling a bit...
yeah, it's a bit dodgy, this.
Right, this next one. Now, this is a bit of explaining to go through here. Right, there was a game a few years ago called PT, which was a short demo. Just promise you could get a good few hours out of it, to be fair. It was really difficult. It was a horror film game. And I say horror film game, it wasn't a slip of the tongue, because it was very much like you are in a horror film.
Okay.
Scene starts, you wake up in a room, you walk through a door, and you're in a hallway. You walk through this hallway, some creepy things happen, you go through the next door, and then you're back at the start of the hallway.
Right.
And you do this continuous loop through this hallway over and over and over again. Every time something changes, something's different, there's something a little bit more creepy. You find another little clue to the story, to the puzzles, because it's a puzzle game.
Right, okay.
A very, very difficult puzzle game, which just blows your mind and actually ruined horror films for me. Because it was so immersive.
Yeah.
You literally felt like you were there. It was just... My pants were filled every time, and you go through this door, and every time you're like, "Oh God, it's gonna be so worse!" It's streaming with tears, and he's awful, man. It's so scary. But now I watch horror films, and I just can't get immersed.
Yeah.
It's not good enough. So the new Resident Evil. Oh, by the way, that game was meant to be a precursor to a new Silent Hill game, which never happened. The whole project, for some reason no one really knows, was destroyed, dismantled, and never happened.
Okay.
Even though PT was so popular.
Right.
So the new Resident Evil is going to be based on that premise.
Okay.
You are basically first-person vision.
Yeah.
And you'll be walking around a house, and it's going to be back to puzzle solving, no combat. So you can't just go, I'll pull out my gun and shoot my way out.
Yeah.
None of that.
Okay.
It's all puzzle solving, and you will be scared.
All right. I mean,
this links to VR, because it's a VR game.
Like it.
So now it's virtual reality, and you are literally walking around the house.
So literally... play this game wearing no clothes and with plastic sheeting everywhere.
Yes, because it is going to be terrifying. There is a trailer up right now. There's also a free demo for people who are on PlayStation, with PlayStation Plus.
Yep.
Download it, go and play it, and like it, and make sure you rave about it, because we've seen it in the past. If not enough people are liking it, it doesn't get made into a full game.
Yeah.
So go and enjoy it. Skyrim. From the Oblivion trilogy kind of thing. Trilogy, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
The thing. Everyone thought there was going to be a new Skyrim game. There's not. It's just going to be remastered.
Oh, okay.
Which is okay. They're going to have mods from the PC built into the game for console. You got a very blank look on your face there, Carl.
I don't know what that means.
Basically, mods is when
modifications.
A player will take the game and put new stuff in,
like turn Doctor Who in, build the TARDIS in it and stuff like that.
Stuff like that.
Silly things.
Silly things, yes, but different things. So basically, Skyrim's about fighting dragons.
Yeah.
They then decided to have a mod where all the dragons are Thomas the Tank Engine.
Oh, okay.
Hilarious. All the dragons are now Macho Man Randy Savage.
Brilliant.
Huge dragons flying through the air. They got the hat, the sunglasses, and they're going, oh yeah!
Nice.
And stuff like that, and it's hilarious. So that's, it's alright. Norman Reedus, Daryl from The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Right, you remember I mentioned PT? There's a reason why I was talking about that for so long.
Yeah.
The same team behind that are now involved with Norman Reedus in a game called Death Stranding.
Ooh.
A very interesting name.
Okay.
It's a very, very interesting, very confusing a trailer up for it that was played at E3. So this is going to be another kind of horror game. It looks weird. I have no more to say about it than it looks weird, man.
Okay.
But from Konami. No, Hideo Kojima, whatever his name is. He made Metal Gear.
I did see that they did the trailer for the new Zelda film.
Game.
I was used to saying the word film.
Yeah, I don't like Zelda, so I don't want to talk about that.
No, I'm not.
If you've got kids, they'll love it, man. Buy the new Zelda. It looks like the best thing since sliced bread. If you're into really boring, samey, every single game is the same kind of games.
It looks like they've updated it quite a lot, and the game engine and all that. It looks a bit free roaming and stuff. And
yeah, my friend tried to convince me earlier because he said the grass mechanics are really good. And if you're buying a game on grass mechanics, you're buying it for the wrong reason.
Funny enough, I got someone tried to sell me Skyrim on the basis of the water. I'm sure it's fantastic, but I can run a bath at any time.
So there's a couple more bits in there, but I will talk about those next week because I've rattled on for games for a long time now. So I am going to shut my mouth.
Okay.
I'm going to go back to the geeky stuff.
Okay.
And we're going to talk about our comic book reviews.
Oh yeah, you start this week.
Because we've been very bored of my own voice now.
Oh, okay.
You start.
What did I read?
You read Bob's Burgers.
I read. Was that what was it? Was that issue 1 that you gave me? Bob's Burgers.
I think so. So this is a new segment me and Carl are going to do. We're going to lend each other a comic book that we haven't read. Yeah. And we're going to do a little review on it.
Yeah.
So this week I gave Carl Bob's Burgers and Carl gave me some X-Men.
Some X-Men. You, right, okay.
I gave Carl one issue of Bob's Burgers. He gave me this massive graphic novel, so I'm going to read this now.
Yeah. So I read Bob's Burgers. If you're a fan of the cartoon, then you will pretty much, you're not going to go anywhere wrong with the comic at all. It's the same thing. the comedy's the same. The art is the same. It was funny. I laughed out loud a few times. The Tina story was brilliant.
Yeah.
I can never remember their names. Louise, is it the one with the pig with the rabbit ears?
Louise, isn't it? Yeah.
Louise. Her story was my favourite.
Yeah.
Just fantastic, really nice touches. I liked a few of the bits in it as well. There were some scrawlings from Bob himself, ideas for burgers and ideas for sandwiches, and I think there was the film-related burgers that he was doing, and there was some really funny stuff in there, and I liked it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. The art was exactly as I'd have expected from Bob's Burgers.
Yeah.
They got the characters bang on. I don't know, is it written by the same...
Yeah, I believe it is, yeah.
So, yeah, there's literally... there's no reason for me to sell this to you. If you like Bob's Burgers as a cartoon, which you probably should, because it's very funny.
Or Archer, if you like Archer as well.
Or Archer,
They're very similar tone.
Okay, so if you like that, you're going to like this. It's really good. It made me laugh, and I'm really chuffed I read it. And I would read more, certainly. But that is literally the end of my review of that. I don't know what else I can say about it, really.
Well, I read X-Men... What was it called? X-Men?
Is it Unstoppable X-Men?
Unstoppable X-Men, that's it. Written by Joss Whedon.
Yeah.
Obviously, huge nerd king, basically. Made Buffy and Firefly and Avengers and all this kind of stuff. But back before he did all that... he did do Buffy. But,
he did do Buffy.
Before he did all the Marvel stuff, he was writing for X-Men.
Yeah.
And it's a fantastic storyline. The artwork is as X-Men always is.
Yeah, John Cassidy is it? Just so clean.
Yeah,
so clean.
Clean and crisp, and just at the same time, really detailed.
Yeah.
The facial expressions, Beast, in particular.
Yeah.
Just like the look of his face, he's very cat-like, you know what I mean? And I really like it.
Yeah, that was a definite decision that they made to make him more beast-like.
Yeah, and I thought that was really cool, man. There's a nice little... he keeps making Star Wars references as well, which is really funny, man.
But again, the Joss Whedon, like, little snippets of humour throughout.
Yeah, you can definitely see that it's definitely a Joss Whedon work.
Joss,
sorry, Josh.
Well, I think that because one of the things that he's really good at, Whedon, is ensemble writing, character writing.
Yeah.
And of course, he's got a whole team of really identifiable characters who've all got well-known personalities, and he just throws that out there so seamlessly. It's perfectly written. So yeah, so but the bulk of the story was
basically the X-Men are off to a far-flung planet. It's a very complicated story, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
They're basically going there to save Earth and stop this planet from being destroyed.
Yeah.
Because this planet's going to be destroyed by Colossus. It's been prophesized that Colossus will destroy it. So Colossus has gone there to make sure he doesn't, which is very silly, but he does anyway. And they know this is going to happen, and they know who it is. Yeah. So they've decided to have, what's it called again? The Retaliator, which is a huge missile.
Yeah, it's just a giant bullet.
Yeah, basically, and they're going to fire that at Earth to destroy it if their planet gets destroyed.
Yeah.
So they've gone there to stop that and to put them at ease and all this kind of stuff. And it's got all your favourites. It's got Wolverine. It's got Scott Summers. It's got the lot in. It's fantastically written. Kitty Pryde especially is fantastic in it.
Yeah, that she was the standout. But again, that's Joss Whedon all over, isn't it? Take this team of really identifiable heroes, focus on the young girl. He's so good at that.
Yeah,
and,
definitely.
You know, it's stupid that he gets picked up on it all the time.
He writes female characters just so well. He just nails it on the head.
Yeah.
He nails it on the head.
Nails it on the head.
Whatever, man. He's smashing the head of a nail, right?
I did like it. It's some nice sort of splash pages as well, where you turn the page and it's suddenly this huge page of just one piece of art, and it's always sort of like a whoa moment.
Definitely,
it's so good.
Yeah.
It's so
fantastically done.
And like you say, there's little Star Wars references and things like that. There is a brilliant sequence in it, and you see it twice, that I really like.
Oh yeah, there's a little bit where they're trying to make this plan to stop the Earth from getting destroyed. And they're like, we've got to stop the rocket and we've got to stop this, so we're going to split off into teams of two and we're going to do this, that and the other.
This is the plan.
But the whole time they know they're being watched.
Yeah.
So underneath this plan, there's a separate plan where Emma Stone, the psychic's on board.
Yeah.
So while they're talking, they're also having this psychic conversation.
Emma Stone,
the
actress, is in it.
Oh God, yes, not Emma Stone, is it? It's Emma Frost.
Yeah. I was just thinking
Emma Stone. Sorry, Emma Frost. Sorry, which you may remember from First Class as the woman who's got the diamond hard skin and she's a psychopath, a psychic. They have this psychic conversation on top of this other conversation, which is a completely opposite plan.
Yeah,
and it's just brilliant how it all comes together. It really works.
It works so well. Like Kitty Pryde just doesn't know what to do with her mouth and with her brain, and she just keeps going objection. And like, why are you saying that?
This isn't a courtroom drama. Calm down. I can't do this.
Just brilliant. Yeah, I mean, again, just moments of just sheer belly laughing moments, really.
Oh, definitely. Oh, everyone's in it in the end as well, by the way.
Yeah.
All of the Avengers are there. Yeah. Fantastic Four, Spider-Man, the lot, they're all there.
Yeah. And even that sequence as well, that whole part. Those
yeah.
Just fantastic. So,
definitely.
Again, in Joss Whedon, man, when he gets it right, he gets it so bang on.
He totally does. And this has actually been... I've seen a few rumours of this being pegged for the big screen.
I'd like to see that.
They're not official rumours. This is speculation. It's all fan rumours. And I'd like to see it, but I don't think it'll happen, really. So we are going to move on now, but I'd just like to have a quick mention about Jai Courtney, who I hate. And I am going to mention this every week on the show, that I hate Jai Courtney, and he is where charisma goes to die.
Like it. Why are we going to play this song? We're not going to be able to play all of it because we've talked too long. But just very quickly, tell me, why are we playing a Wham song, Chris?
Oh, it's in Deadpool. Deadpool got released this week on DVD, and this is Wham, Careless Whisper.